Welcome back, guys. Sherry here, Gleeoks. Now, how many of you, when you take on one of these, do your battles end up looking something about like this? Pretty much sums it up, right? Wrong. Guys, these Gleeoks are so easy to defeat. By the end of this video, you're going to be hunting them just for their materials. And I think they're even easier than a Lynel. Now, if you don't think a Lynel is easy, you can click the link in the upper right-hand corner. I'll also leave a link in the description, and I'll show you exactly how to kill a Lynel here in Tears of the Kingdom. So let me show you how we're going to do this, guys. Now, I am using a multi-shot bow, which I did get from a Lynel. You don't have to have it. You can use a single shot, but of course you're going to get more damage from a multi-shot. I also have the Barbarian Armor on. Now guys, this is going to give you some more attack power. If you don't know where to get it, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Now I do recommend that you fuse a rocket to your shield. You don't have to, but I highly recommend it. And I also recommend that you pack yourself some stamina replenishing foods. Now we can do this just by cooking up some crickets and some monster parts. Now the more crickets you put into it, the more stamina it's going to refill. Now this particular Gleeok that I'm getting ready to battle, he is located right here at the Coliseum ruins. And I actually think that he is one of the easiest ones to take on, just because of where he's located. And don't forget to save your game before you engage in battle. This will take the anxiety away from losing anything or from dying. That way you can practice and just go back and reload your game. Okay, the first thing we want to do, guys, is just jump from the top of the Coliseum, and you want to get as close to him as you can, as fast as you can, because we don't want him to perform an attack. And we want to hit all three heads and stun him. Now you can use some eyeballs if you need to, but you just want to hit all three heads and stun him. Now after you stun him, he's going to fall to the ground, and you're going to be able to get a couple of hits on him. So use the strongest weapon that you have. But you're only going to be able to get a few hits, because you don't want him to wake up while you're still in front of him. Now after you get a couple of hits, this is why I like this Coliseum. All you have to do is run back to the sides, and we're going to use Ascend so that we can ascend up to the second floor. That way we can jump again and get some more headshots. But you have to be quick about this, because you don't want him to attack you, because if he gets up and he creates that wind, it'll knock you down, and then he's going to fly up to the sky, and then you're going to have a battle on your hands. And all we have to do here is just rinse and repeat. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but my weapon just broke. I didn't even take time to change it. I just wanted to make sure and get back up on the second floor, because we want to get into the air before he performs an attack. Now, don't try to stun him until he is completely woke up and standing, because if you do, you're not going to get the headshot. Now, if you get into a sticky situation and you can't make it to the edge to where you can ascend, this is why I say you might want a shield with a rocket on it. You can just use this, get up into the air, drop down some, and then you can get the headshots. But what if we're trying to kill one and there's no ledges around that we can ascend through? Well, guys, I'm getting ready to show you something really neat, and it's going to make your life so much easier with these things. Okay, now guys, you will have to have the auto build feature for this. If you don't know how to get auto build, you can click the link in the upper right hand corner. I'll also leave a link in the description. But what we can do here is we can actually get a schema stone to make an instant scaffold. Now it does cost 12 Zonai to build this, but we can go down in the depths and we can get Zonai in a matter of seconds. So let me show you how we're going to get this. All we have to do to be able to get this scaffold is make our way to the abandoned Kara mine, which is in the depths. Now when you get here, you're going to see a construct. Just go up and talk to him, and he is actually going to give you a schema stone for the scaffold. And all we have to do is go right over here behind him and put one together. Now guys, this thing is great, and I'm about to show you how to use it, but here it is on the map. It's located at the abandoned Kara mine in the depths. Now if you look on the surface, it is right below Kara Bazaar. There's a couple of chasms close by. You can just drop down and make your way over here. Okay, now this is kind of the same concept, guys. Now, if you don't really have a high ledge to get on, I am standing on a small ledge, but if you just don't have anything really high to get up on, you can use a rocket fused to your shield, and let's go ahead and get up in the air and let's stun him until he hits the ground. Now when he hits the ground, guys, instead of us running up and taking some hits on him, let's go ahead and use our auto build and let's build our scaffold. Now be really careful here because this scaffold is kind of top heavy. So just be really careful where you place it because I ended up knocking it over during this fight. And if you do that, then, well, I ended up building another one. So just be really careful when you're putting it somewhere. Now you can see that he's still laying on the ground. So we could get some headshots here if you want to, but you really want to let them get back up on their feet so that you can get the headshots that will stun them. And again, we're just going to do the same thing. Once we have him stunned, let's just run up and hit him with the strongest weapon that we have. But again, you're only going to be able to get a couple of hits because you want to give yourself enough time to make it back to the scaffold and ascend through it. And you want to be really quick about this, guys, so don't take a lot of hits when you're trying to make it back to the scaffold. As you can see, I got hit right here, but I got lucky and I got back to the scaffold. So now when using this scaffold, you may want to fuse 2 rockets to 2 shields. Use one when you first start off in battle, and then just keep one just in case you get yourself into a pinch. And don't forget about your stamina replenishing foods. If you're up in the air and you're about to run out of stamina, drink yourself one of your elixirs. And if for some reason you're too far away from them and you can't get the headshots, don't forget about using the eyeballs as well. Those can help a lot. And when you're up here on this scaffold, you can get some extra headshots if you want to, but I just want to stress to let them stand back up on their feet because in one of the battles, I didn't let them stand back up on their feet. I thought I stunned them, but I didn't, and I ended up jumping, and it was just a battle after that. And something else that I would like to mention, just in case this scaffold gets too far away from you, like let's say you jump from it, you get the headshots, and he falls, but the scaffold is too far away. Instead of actually going up and hitting him, you can always use Ultra Hand and you can move the scaffold a little bit closer to him. But just don't put it so close that he's going to knock it over. And okay, look, right here. I turn around and my scaffold is gone. I thought I knocked it over, but maybe since it was on an auto build, it only lasts so long, just like when you auto build the wings and you're flying in the air and it starts flashing green and they disappear. I think it disappeared on me, so I did end up having to build another one. But guys, I think it's totally worth it because as you can see, I haven't even taken any damage from these guys. So this was just a really easy method for me. And here is the location of this particular Gleeok. It's located right here in the North Tabantha snowfield. But now if you'd like to see where you can get the glide suit, or maybe you would like to see where you can get 3 travel medallions, click here. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope this helps. If you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys next time.